Viewers, what a day for the Bharatiya Janata Party. 2026 couldn't have begun on a more optimistic note for the Saffron Party in a year that is likely to see BJP fighting some very hard-fought battles or elections in Bengal, Assam, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The verdict from Maharashtra's civic battlefield is a massive fillip for brand Modi. Maharashtra, which is the second most electorally significant state in terms of the sheer number of MPs it sends to parliament, has confirmed that brand Modi and the BJP sway, by extension, doesn't just endure, it dominates. And this, viewers, this local election that cuts across the state is not some contest that is taking place in colonies or localities. This is a contest for mind space. A mind space that was sought to be occupied by two or three thoughts that had been implanted by the opposition. That number one, elections in Maharashtra are somehow rigged. That there cannot be any fair play in the contest, because the Election Commission is already playing third umpire in favor of the BJP, the Mahayuti, the Shivshankar, and most importantly, that it is not the BJP or the NDA that is the party of good governance that speaks for the people of Maharashtra, but it is the Congress or the UBT or the Uddhav Thackeray Shivshankar. But viewers, all those notions have crumbled. And here are the numbers. Just have a look at the numbers. They're on your screens. 87 seats the BJP gets. The Shivshankar, which is led by Mr. Shinde, who's going to be with us in just a few moments on the show, has 27 seats. The UBT has shrunk, and the MNS has pulled it down. So these two cousins came together, viewers, opportunistically in the hope that they could actually hang in there. But look at the strike rates for the BJP and compare them to those of the opposition. The Thackeray's and the Pawars, who all decided to bury their differences and come together, are decimated. Their strike rates are very badly off. Look at the Congress, 13% compared to the BJP, 64%. Let's look at some other strike rates, viewers. And they will astound you, because it tells you the domination of the BJP. The BJP there, again, 64%, as I told you. Its own alliance partner has a 30%, so it outperformed its own alliance partner. That was supposed to be a counterfoil to the UBT. And look at the UBT, a 39% strike rate, and the MNS a 12% strike rate. So losing 100 contests out of the 165 that it contested. The NCP and the NCP of Sharad Pawar came together, thought that they could fool the public, but the public has responded, viewers, by almost decimating them in Mumbai. They're finished. These are the big numbers. And these big numbers tell you that there has been a tectonic political shift, cementing the BJP as the undisputed party to beat in Maharashtra and reinforcing Devendra Fadnavis as the state's principal power center. For the opposition, this is more than an electoral setback. It is a crisis of relevance, viewers. The Pawars stand diminished, slipping behind the BJP in key urban centers like Pimpri Chintwad. And I just want to, viewers, bring out some of those statistics for you. The performance beyond Mumbai. In Pimpri Chintwad, Pune, these are the areas where, viewers, the Pawars hold sway. And they're trailing the BJP. Out of 128 seats, they've only been able to corner 36 years. The story in Pune is no different. Their once formidable political mystique is fading fast. The Thackerays now, let's have a look at them. Once synonymous with Mumbai's politics, have been decisively shown the door after 26 years, not just in the city, but even in their backyard of Thane and other areas around Mumbai, in Greater Mumbai. So you have about 4 or 5 seats here that we are looking at, viewers, that we have clumped together. About 29 civic bodies of the MMR, the metropolitan region of Mumbai. And look at the performance. The BJP Shiv Sena has 1,400 of these seats. Not even 10%, just about 10%, viewers, is the Shiv Sena, UBT and the MNS combined. Complete decimation. Absolute humbling. The broader message is equally stark for the India Alliance. Parochialism, lackluster campaign and an absence of public connect have once again proven costly. As regional satraps shrink into silos, voters appear to be rewarding scale, stability and national leadership. Viewers, as you read the big takeaways on your screens, a summation of what I am telling you, the DMK and the TMC that are going to be next facing elections in about 3 months must watch closely as Maharashtra's result clearly points to the limitations of insular parochial politics. India has no time for the facile and venomous insider-outsider narrative that sets Indian and Indian against each other and reeks of not pride but insecurity, viewers. India has no time for that. And let's open this up. Let's bring in our guests because this is an important moment. It's a point of inflection, viewers. And it's a point of inflection that is going to have a massive impact nationally. Mr. Gawande, who's trying to fix the picture, let me tell you, is out of the picture today. He's out of the picture, his party is finished, relegated. And you have the Congress, which is floundering. It tried to create this atmosphere that people must not trust the ballot anymore. It was all rigged. What have the people done to the Congress, viewers? 276 in just the MMA out of 2869. Do the math, it's less than 10%. Less than 10%, viewers. Complete decimation. And if you look across the state, it's even worse. Mumbai, where Rahul Gandhi sort of prides himself as connecting with the youth and speaking for everyone in this country, Mohammed ki Rajniti. If I were to show you, viewers, the strike rate in Mumbai, 167 seats contested, 24-1, strike rate of 14%. What to say, viewers? The same politics is being echoed by DMK, by Mamata Banerjee. I hope they're watching. Let me begin first with Amitabh Tiwari, founder of Vote Vibe, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the outcomes for the national picture. Because we know the outcome here in Maharashtra is the third election, viewers, in about 18 months. The third election in Maharashtra. And it has turned out an overwhelming result on all 3 occasions for, viewers, the BJP. So, Mr. Tiwari, from the local to the national, a quick thread of how you see this impacting the national picture.
See, essentially, if you see these 29 municipal corporations represent the entire urban pockets of Maharashtra. And what the mandate shows is that the people have voted largely for governance and development rather than identity politics, which was played by the opposition in BMC as well as in other areas. What it also shows is that the BJP has many soldiers on the ground. It's not just dependent upon one leader, and it knows its weaknesses very well. So in any battle, it is out there or goes out there to win the election. So even when it is behind, let's say in a state like West Bengal or a Tamil Nadu or a Kerala perhaps, It knows its weaknesses and is already perhaps chartering out a strategy as to how to win those elections. Whereas in some regional parties, as well as in national parties like the Congress, they did not even put up a fight in this
Yeah.
municipal corporation elections. That Tehseen would vouch for this, I think, perhaps. So, if I mean, you will not fight without contesting any election. So I think these are the points which the opposition now needs to mull over as to they are contesting against
It's,
an
it's,
election
it's
machinery.
also a matter, sir, of respecting the electorate, not fear mongering, respecting it. And respect means that you go out there and you earn their vote. And I want to give you some statistics, viewers. The first and foremost is this, that Devendra Fadnavis held statewide campaign meetings and rallies number 37. Eknath Shinde, 54. 25 public meetings, 29 road shows. Ajit Pawar, who's also, of course, fighting with his back to the wall, held 25. Uddhav Thackeray, just 3. 3 viewers, 3.
Last 3 days.
And that too last 3 days, yes. Raj Thackeray, 3 joint meetings in Nashik, Thane and Mumbai. Congress, 0. Where was their leader, viewers? Like in Bihar, when he was holidaying, this time he was in Vietnam, holidaying. So, Tehseen Poonawalla, when you hold your voter in contempt, you don't even care about them, thinking that your surname itself is going to be a campaign slogan. This is what happens. This is a rejection not just of identity politics, but entitlement. And Milind Deora is just going to be joining me in just 30 seconds. And we're going to include him in our panel. But I want you to respond to me, Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla.
So first of all, Rahul, thank you so much for having me on the show. Congratulations to Susie Ben. A couple of shows times I have told her during the day, but on as many channels as possible. Congratulations. Look, there are a couple of things that I do agree with. Amitabh will bear with me that the Congress was born in Pune. Its first session was supposed to be held in Pune, now then Pune, and because of the plague, it was shifted to then Bombay, now Mumbai. So to see the Congress lose the kind of relevance in Pune and Mumbai, it's completely left me heartbroken. And I do believe the Congress could have fought. And I don't agree with you that Rahul Gandhi ji should have campaigned, like the Prime Minister didn't campaign. But maybe the Congress could have thought out of the box. Maybe a Sachin Pilot, a Shashi Tharoor could have been there. They get the middle class vote. You could have had some sort of enthusiasm. There are two things that we've really lost, not just the vote and the electorate in these areas. What we've also lost, Rahul, and I have to tell you, is the liberal media space. That went completely to the Thackeray brothers. So that is something that's gone completely away. And I think a lot of what we've realized in these elections is if the Congress still is a very formidable force in Maharashtra. Vidarbha is the number one party, even right now. It's still forming the mayor in five corporations, which includes Western Maharashtra, Marathwada, Vidarbha, and Konkan. So it's forming a mayor everywhere. It still has 20% vote. I think the Congress has to get back to the grassroots, work very hard,
Listen,
go
hang
back
on,
to the electorate,
hang on.
and change the Mara. And Milind, you have to tell you something. Milind ji told me. I'll tell you something. I have to say because Milind is here. Can you get Milind on the screen? I have to say
Yeah,
this.
we'll just one second. I just want to hang on. You know, before you give a bhashan to Milind Deora
और मैं क्या भाषण
and
दूंगा
mess
उसको?
up his politics
मैं
also.
क्यों उसको
No, and one
भाषण
second, and
दूंगा?
mess up his politics also.
क्या
He's
है?
very clear-headed,
Whatever I give
viewers.
him, I'll
He
do.
exited the Congress party seeing where the Congress was headed. You can accuse him of being opportunistic, a turncoat, this, that, the other, but he chose the winning side because he is not arrogant. He cannot afford to take his career, his political future for granted. Others think that they are born to win. Look at the way Tehseen immediately drew a parallel between Rahul Gandhi and the Prime Minister. Saying, oh, the Prime Minister didn't campaign. So, where does Rahul Gandhi need to campaign?
I didn't
Rahul
say
Gandhi
that.
is sitting in opposition, viewers. He needs to win your trust. He needs to earn your trust. He needs to prove that every time he's launched, he's not going to disappoint you. He has to be like Sisyphus, who keeps pushing the big boulder up the mountain, even if it means it will slide back and roll him over. But no, he's cooling his jets in Vietnam. That's what he's doing, viewers, because he thinks that the heavy lifting is someone else's job and that you must vote for him just because he's a Gandhi. So forget it. And now there will be another Vadra who will be in the inheritor race of the Congress. Vadra has already said, I'm willing to step in because others can't shoulder the mantle.
Rahul.
So, one second, I just want to bring in Milind
When did
Deora
he say that?
for
When
30.
did he say
Mr.
that?
Vadra came out and said, I am willing to step in. He said it on the day when many people were saying that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra must be made a leader. No, hang on, must replace Rahul Gandhi. There were some Congress people who said it. I don't take them seriously. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe no one does.
Bro,
but
I
the
don't
fact
take
is,
any
on
of
that
them
day,
seriously, and he
he
didn't
said,
say
I
it.
back my wife, yes, and I'm also willing to get into it. Anyhow, viewers, the point is, he said it on a numerous number of occasions that he would like to play and serve the public by stepping in. So the point is not that. The point is entitlement. And then you think that you can divide the public by playing this insider-outsider game and ally with parties who do that. Do you think people are fools? Raj Thackeray, the mascot of Venom politics, viewers, is today in the India alliance. The same
And
alliance
he's
that
not.
says we join everybody. Of course he is.
He's not.
Of
I
course
don't
he
know
is.
what
Who's
you are-
denounced him? Who's
what are
denounced
you-
him? Who has come out and said,
Everyone.
we reject? Has the Congress, has
you
Rahul
got this
Gandhi, no, one
completely
second.
wrong.
Has
You got
Rahul
this wrong.
Gandhi talks about the welfare of all humanity, of all Indians, come out and said that Mr. Raj Thackeray has no business being in politics? No, viewers, he's silent. He's in Vietnam. He's absolutely silent. And you know what, viewers? He's doing a disservice to the opposition and thereby Indian democracy. Move aside. You're done. I just want to very quickly open this up further and bring in Milind Deora. It's an important conversation. Mr. Deora, what's the message nationally from Maharashtra? It's not just a local poll because the opposition didn't make it a local poll. They said it's a test case for Indian democracy. It's also therefore a barometer of the national mood and certainly the mood of Maharashtrian voters. How do you react to this question?
Well, firstly, there's certainly a very strong local message. The local message is that the people of Maharashtra, not just Mumbai, people across Maharashtra have decisively voted in favor of the Mahayuti. People believe that the work being done by the central government, state government, and local municipalities in coordination with one another can benefit the people of Maharashtra. And that's a very positive message. As far as the national message goes, I think it's very clear that the Indie alliance, if you will call it that, is certainly non-existent in a state like Maharashtra, which, mind you, is the country's second largest state in terms of its electoral size, its number of Lok Sabha seats. And the fact that, you know, a key ingredient of the Indie alliance, the UBT party, which controlled, and it's really now relinquished to only Mumbai, its only base across Maharashtra is left in Mumbai, and it controlled the Mumbai Municipal Corporation for 30 long years, is now left with nothing. So I think it's a positive. It's positive for the NDA, but more importantly, it's very positive for development. Because I say this as a Mumbaikar, as an Indian, I've been for a long time fighting to ensure that the BMC, the municipality of Mumbai, becomes more accountable to the people of the city. It functions like a world-class city. I said this to you some time back, that I've always believed that Mumbai's competition is no longer Ahmedabad, Delhi, or Chennai, or Bengaluru. But we have to really aspire to compete globally, and our competition has to be, we have to set a high target and a high benchmark by looking at Dubai and Singapore and trying to compete with them. They are taking market share away from a city like Mumbai.
What people don't want to be fooled anymore, viewers. They don't want to be fooled. What impact does the loss of this parochial outsider versus insider kind of politics have on equally parochial parties now who are watching this election, like the DMK and the TMC? Would you like to step in here and offer an insight on that, or would you sort of not want to proffer any sort of insight on DMK and TMC? And I understand that, you know, leader from Maharashtra, but nonetheless, I'm curious to hear your view.
Look, I don't know how different states work. As far as Mumbai goes and Maharashtra goes, things were very, very different. This was really a situation where two brothers who until very recently were at each other's throats, until just a few months ago, were at each other's throats, and suddenly came together and said that we've been forced to do it, we have to do it, and vote for us this one time because Mumbai is otherwise going to be taken out of Maharashtra. And they were rejected. So I can't see, I'm not sure if there are similarities to what may happen in other states in India, but the Maharashtra example and the Maharashtra story is certainly very unique. And in Maharashtra, certainly, just saying that you have a last name and your uncle or your father had this great legacy and you have nothing to show despite being in power for 30 years is not going to hold you in good stead. There's an expiry date for that kind of politics. And I think, whether it's Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde, they may not have had Thackeray as a last name, but certainly people believe that development was their middle name and voted for them.
So Tehseen Poonawalla, without, he's a very diplomatic man, Mr. Deora. So he's told you that this politics of identity, parochialness, venomous politics where you slap around North Indians because they can't speak Marathi, you call somebody from Tamil Nadu Rasmalai and so forth, doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And had the Congress stepped up to the plate and said, not in our name, please, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, you have no business to be doing all of this. We're going to take a very, 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 very dim view of this as an India alliance. You kept quiet.
I think to that extent, first of all, let me extend my congratulations to Milind Deora and to Sanju Verma. Fantastic wins for both of y'all. And to that extent, Milind is absolutely right. I remember when he was in the Congress and the Congress did do the alliance. Milind, I'm sorry, I'm just saying this personal conversation with your permission. When the Congress did do the alliance with the Shiv Sena, I had a conversation one evening with him and he said that this would be the beginning of the end of the Congress. And he had told me this, and I'm saying this on national TV, and he said that the Congress voters would not accept this kind of parochial politics and it would lead to a loss for the Congress. He had said this to me. So this is true. But you see, there is one more thing about Raj Thackeray ji that I have to put forward. Raj Thackeray ji's politics is not meant for Maharashtra. I mean, Raj Thackeray ji is, I call him rejected Thackeray. His only achievement is anti-democracy. He believes in mobocracy, get a bit of mob, beat up a few people, and for some reason he tends to be a leader and he tends to get away with the bullying he does. And
show me one statement from the Gandhis, from Mr. Kharge, no, 1 second, from Mr. Kharge, from the Gandhis that are critical of this kind of politics. Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, one second. Okay. Let me just bring in Sanju Verma.
Why don't you withdraw his police security? Withdraw his police security. See,
one second. Just a minute. Tehseen Poonawalla, it can't always be about whataboutery. Think of your own selves, because I'll tell you something. No, 1 second. I'll just tell you, viewers, how much hypocrisy resides in the India bloc today. Here is a statement, let me tell you, 6 November 2024. So you're talking about roughly 13 months ago. This is what Supriya Sule said, quoted in the Hindu, which is a paper they read like it's their will and testament. This is what it is. The fight with Ajit Pawar is real and there's no question of reconciliation. And here they are, viewers, stuck like glue. Obviously, the public feels that you don't respect their intelligence. Isn't it, Mr. Gawande? And let me bring in Sanju Verma also. Mr. Gawande, quick one. First, explain this volte-face. What is this volte-face for?
Let me first start off once again by congratulating Sanju Verma and Susie Ben on their victories today. I think it's a moment of introspection. We must accept this verdict with grace. And I think to start off with, that is the lesson that we draw from this election.
Now, both me and Sanju are glowing.
Yeah, never heard him being so complimentary. Maybe he'll also join you guys in the next by the next month.
He's also glowing. No.
Okay, anyhow, explain this contradiction. Coming back to the point. Come on,
Rahul. we've always known that alliances made at the local election level are not representative of alliances at the state level or at the national level. This has been the case in Maharashtra in the past when the NCP and the Congress have fought separately and the Shiv Sena and the BJP have fought separately. Indeed, it's been the case this election where the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde was this close to coming into our alliance in Pune, right? So in many ways, these are not alliances that are unusual or unnatural at the local body election level. Time and again, the clarification has come out that no proposal has been put forward for a merger or a coming together of the two NCPs at the state level and the national level. And I don't think that's even in question right now.
Okay, 1 second. When the Pawar family itself comes out and says, Supriya Sule, heir apparent of Mr. Sharad Pawar, comes out and says, the fight with Ajit Pawar is real and there's no question of reconciliation. The voter is expected to believe. And I've heard you on my show saying that Ajit Pawar was corrupt and he was taken by the BJP, which just shows how much opportunistic they are. You said this to me on this show.
No, Rahul, I said very clearly that unfortunately the BJP, which
Rahul,
labeled those
yes.
allegations against Ajit Dada,
Yes.
is the one taking him on their side.
Okay,
And
so
this is
viewers,
precisely what the BJP is allowed to get away with so much,
basically you
Rahul.
were trying to hit at the BJP for being hypocritical by suggesting in not so many words that yes, Ajit Pawar, doesn't have the cleanest reputation. You pride yourself as being a party that is above corruption and so on and so forth.
No, in fact, the opposite. The whole point we made was that
look
with
at the
Suresh Kalmanji, with Ajit Pawar,
alliance of
the
convenience.
corruption
That's
has
what you
been
were
a
saying.
convenient one.
Okay, now you see, you can do a somersault, it's fine. You're not going to get into the BJP that easily. Let me tell you this. I just want to quickly bring in Sanju Verma on this point. Sanju Verma, what is the national message? Everyone is going to try and bring this back to Maharashtra, but there's a bigger message. It's clear.
Thank you, Rahul. I've come in 22 minutes into the debate, but I must appreciate you have an elephantine memory. And I don't think anybody can get past you in terms of what they've said in their previous debates and try and, navigate the situation currently, which is what one of the spokespersons was trying to do. But I don't want to make this between me versus him. I want to start by quoting a few lines which Devendra Fadnavis said during his campaign trail. And I think they're very pertinent to the discussion we are having today. In 2 seconds. हो गई है पीर पर्वत सी पिघलनी चाहिए, इसी हिमालय से कोई गंगा निकलनी चाहिए, आज यह दीवार पर्दों की तरह हिलने लगी, शर्त लेकिन थी कि ये बुनियाद हिलनी चाहिए, शर्त लेकिन थी कि ये बुनियाद हिलनी चाहिए, एंड बुनियाद हिल चुकी है। बुनियाद उद्धव ठाकरे की हिल गई, बुनियाद कांग्रेस की हिल गई, बुनियाद the Pawar faction की हिल गई, बुनियाद राज ठाकरे की हिल गई। Coming back, switching back to English, I just want to say a few things. A, the triple engine model is going to work wonders. There is always a quid pro quo in any relationship between voters and the people they choose by having their index finger inked on that important day. The voters just demand 3 things: transparency, accountability, and corruption-free good governance. And politicians promise, but there are very few who deliver or who walk the talk. And I want to say this. This election was never about North Indian versus South Indian, Marathi versus non-Marathi, Gujarati versus Tamil. Please, Rahul, you get so impatient when I start speaking. Let me have my 30 seconds. This election was fought by Fadnavis on the back of the Samruddhi Expressway, the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail, the Andheri, Versova link road, the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. This was fought on the back of the Marathwada grid project. This was fought on the back of successful programs like the Jal Yukt Shivar Abhiyan. This was fought on the back of stuff like Maharashtra and Gujarat, together accounting for more than 59% of the total FDI that came into India in 2024. This election is being fought and was fought on the 11 metro corridors. This election was fought on the Mumbai Metro Aqua Line 3. This election was fought on the back of the fact that today you actually have functional BMC schools where people from underprivileged sections of the society get decent, affordable education.
Yes.
This election was never about Rasmalai versus Doodh Malai versus Jalebi. That was the low-level discourse which Uddhav Thackeray dragged down this election too. My final point is this. Do you know, you are a very well-read guy. And you wrote that nice op-ed. I was just going through it. Benjamin Franklin says, if you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail.
Yeah.
And I think the Thackerays never prepared for this day. They thought, अरे ये मुंबई तो हमारे घर की धरोहर है. मुंबई किसी के बाप की धरोहर नहीं है. That is what I would like to tell them. This politics of divide and rule, politics of flippancy, politics of trying to ingratiate the voters.
Okay, so let me
engaging with them. This does not work. And my final point, just indulge me for 10 seconds. I always say voters have a phenomenal memory. Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister from November 2019 to June 2022. In those 2.5 odd years, he did not visit Mantralaya even once during peak COVID wave. He was carrying out.
So I began by reiterating that point. Sanju Verma has given you the details, minutiae. But I want to open this up. There's Susi Benji, who's there with us, and there is, of course, Mr. Farooqi, who's also here with us. Now, viewers, what concerns me is that it's the opposition that is shrinking in this country, because the opposition doesn't have a message. How can a message be in a metropolitan city that represents the entire cosmology of Indian diversity? How can a party who wants to win there say, don't come if you can't speak the language? Don't come if you can't do this and you can't do that. How can you be so out of touch, Mr. Farooqi? How can you be so narrow in your view? And therefore, if you have such a negative message, who is going to vote for you? And that creates a problem for the honest citizen, because we want to hold our governments to account. And we need the opposition to do that. Aap to khatam ho rahe hain. Look at Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra today, viewers. Uttar Pradesh, gone. 80 seats to parliament, and in Uttar Pradesh, viewers, at the assembly level and at the parliamentary level, you know the score. There was a bit of a hiccup for the BJP in Uttar Pradesh in 2024, but that was an aberration. Let me tell you that. And look at Maharashtra. In Maharashtra today, viewers, 3 elections have taken place, and the opposition has been hit phenomenally. The third one has sealed the deal. So, Mr. Intikhab Farooqi, the BJP might have been jolted, but look at the way it has come back. It has refined its message. It has made it about development, while you are stuck in some last century.
Good evening to you, Rahul, and everybody. Yes, we have lost few seats today, and the margin there is a gap little bit in the margin. But yes, even we also have good numbers. It is not that we have lost completely. We are still there and almost there, and we are going to come back again. And in politics, these things happen. It's not that we have gone forever. Thackeray brand will always stay in Mumbai and Maharashtra when it comes to Maharashtra and Mumbai. And yes, just want to say that the damage which has been happening since many years to our party, from breaking of the party to the MLAs, to the symbol, and many other things have happened with us.
Yes.
And now people are blaming us that you are the one who is who has bad face.
No.
But it's okay. We are coming back, and the name Thackeray brand will always stay. And
I want to ask you a question, Mr. Farooqi, please. I have to ask you a question. Look, you're from our precious minority community. It's a very precious community for India. In the seat where Mr. Annamalai had come to represent a Tamil minority, people who had come from Tamil Nadu to work in Maharashtra, in Mumbai, and said that we don't want Rasmalai here. Contemptuous statement. In that seat, you have lost. People have rejected you. That is the leitmotif. That is the singular expression of public anger with your campaign. That you didn't have a message.
I think that was only a publicity stunt during the election
Oh.
to create and divert people's mind.
Oh, wow.
And
So
That's
so
ridiculous.
that is what
Because-
Raj Thackeray was doing. Publicity stunts. Viewers, this in hindsight is the truth. You see, viewers, this is what they were doing. Their entire message was publicity. They didn't believe it. And
we
that
were
has
not
come
doing
through.
it, Rahul.
One second.
See-
Let me bring in Miss Shah. Let me bring in Susi Ben.
finally.
Let me bring her in because she's been waiting patiently, and thank you very much, ma'am, for doing so. How would you respond to Sena UBT? And my larger question, there is no opposition. And I would like Tehseen Poonawala and Mr. Gawande, who are sensible young people who are the future of this country, to respond. Who are we to look at?
Now, should I?
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
I would just like to reply to Mr.
Yes.
Faruqi.
Yes, please.
This election has there been a tectonic shift. Now, as far as Shiv Sena is concerned, it is once and for all decided that the real Shiv Sena, the real legacy of Vandaniya Hindu Hriday Samrat Bala Saheb Thackeray rests with our able leader Eknath Rauji Shinde, who calls himself DCM, dedicated to common man, and I may add Mahila as well. So therefore it is settled once and for all, bow and arrow, the rightful legacy of Bala Saheb, the right to have a bow and arrow symbol is with Eknath Rauji Shinde, and we are very, very proud to be part of his team. Now, having said that, this entire election was resting on M. And I would say, what is that M? M is the Marathi Manus, it is the Marathi Asmita, it is the Mahila, it is the Mahavikas that we've envisaged, and you've seen today. On all these four grounds, we have stood firm, we have worked together, worked hard together. Rahul, as you rightly said, between Devendra Fadnavis
Though
ji
you're
and
fight-
Eknath
fighting-
Shinde ji,
though you
we
fought
have
the election
traveled
with bow and
the
arrow,
nook and corner,
we
corner
fought
of
with the torch,
Maharashtra,
but
won the
still
mandate of the people.
you can see the difference
Look
between
at our
the margin.
Sangathan. Look at our organization.
What is the
Jo
margin
jeeta wo
between among
Sikandar,
us?
bhai.
You
Oh,
can
Faruqi
notice
ji,
that.
Jo jeeta wo Sikandar. Jo jeeta wo
You
Sikandar.
can notice that. You can see
Anyway,
how
now
close
I
the
didn't
margin
say
is.
anything for good
It
half
is
an
not
hour,
that.
so please
It is
listen
not
to me.
that there is a
No,
big margin
Faruqi ji,
among us.
Rahul
You
bhai,
can
this
see
is
that
not
we are
One
right.
second,
almost there.
Faruqi bhai,
I
she
was
didn't
nicely
interrupt you.
listening to
Please,
everything for
she
half
never
an hour.
interrupted you. You said what you had to say. I also never interrupted you. Why are you doing that to her? She's come in after 25 minutes on the debate. Let her make her
Exactly.
point. You can respond.
No,
I am not
yeah.
going to stop you, sir. मैंने यहाँ पर कोई, I am not part of the government in Punjab that will lock up journalists, or in Telangana that will lock up journalists. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to lock you up, sir. You will have your voice. Please, Miss Shah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, see, their threatening and intimidation never stops. You know what happened on the day of the election? They had this so-called Bhagwa Brigade, where they were actually threatening, creating a ruckus at the polling stations. When they stopped, they took law and order in their hands. They were calling people. They were hooliganism, halla bol. I mean, what kind of legacy you want to leave behind for Bala Saheb Thackeray? That's number one. And number two, I would like to very, very humbly say that Mumbaikar today has defined who's Mumbaikar, who's a Marathi Manus. We are the people who come together in Mumbai, who take Mumbai as their Karma Bhumi, as their Janma Bhumi, as their Annapurna. And we all are equal part in the 70,000 crore budget that the Mumbai Corporation has. But in the same breath, I would say that Mumbai belongs to Marathi Manus, Mumbai belongs to Maharashtra, और जब तक सूरज चांद रहेगा, Mumbai Maharashtra की राजधानी रहेगी. This false narrative of Mumbai being separated, shifted, taken away to Ahmedabad, it's all bogie.
Politics
It
of
is
fear.
bogus.
Ms. Faruqi, very quickly, even the Marathi Manus has dumped you, sir. Dumped
Absolutely.
you. Look at the overall numbers.
Price over.
Overall, we are all, it's not that we have, yes, we are working on the places where we have lost.
Working on the places.
We are working on it, but yes, we are. It is not a big margin that we have lost with.
So
we are
tell
almost
me, sir,
there.
tell me something.
And the counting is still going on.
Let me ask you, sir. Let me ask you a question. If you really rate the people of Maharashtra so much, if you believe that they are deserving of a better future, why didn't you campaign? Should I tell you some statistics, sir?
Yes.
Uddhav
What
Thackeray,
seat
3
the
joint
Congress can
meetings
contest?
in Nashik, Thane, Mumbai, last 3 days of campaigning. Raj Thackeray, 3 joint meetings in Nashik, Thane and Mumbai. 3. Compared to Mr. Fadnavis, 37 and Eknath Shinde, 54. क्यों sir? ऐसे क्यों? I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Mr. Faruqi. I can't hear you. You have put yourself on mute. I can't read your lips. Okay, I don't know why he's not responding, viewers. Maybe. No, I just want 1 second, 1 second. This question I want to ask of Mr. Poonawalla also. 0 by the Congress. So tell me, if the opposition is going to not show up, how do you expect democracy in this country to thrive, sir? You're not going to show up.
I don't understand that question. What does that mean?
It's a very simple question. If you're not even going to take the basic step of going out there to canvass, to give the people an alternative, how is India's democracy going to get stronger? You're today contributing to making it weak.
That question is loaded, so I'll answer that with the Congress was the only party that actually spoke about AQI. If the Congress manifesto would have read, I do subscribe to the view. I do
Look
subscribe.
at our Vachanama. Tehseen, come on, you're a very fair guy. Look
Yeah,
at
but
our
they did speak.
manifesto.
They spoke about AQI. They did.
Yeah,
So what I'm
of
just
course. And what are you going to do?
So what I'm saying is I do get the point that yes, they could have had better, bigger leaders to come in and campaign. But the question that the Congress gave up the campaigning is not true. Even now it's won five corporations. It's got 5 mayors.
Look, I'm not going to hear viewers. I'm only going to say this. India deserves a robust democracy. You can't have a situation where in Uttar Pradesh, the opposition is decimated. In Bihar, it is decimated because of their own misgivings and misdoings, misdemeanors, miscalculations. In Maharashtra, the second biggest state electorally, the opposition is absent pretty much. They gave up even before the election. Clearly, they weren't even out there. The biggest leaders weren't out there. How does this work, viewers? And then they will blame the ink. Maybe there was some truth to it. Yes, okay, that will be corrected.
I want to show this my index
Tomorrow
finger.
they blame the EC. If you don't show up, what can the EC do? I leave it to this
Rahul.
because I